Mina, it was a low-scoring game, but what about the defense from Philly last night?
My big takeaway from this game was that the Eagles' defense addressed what I thought was probably their biggest issue, was the lack of four-man rush, right? As much as we've worried about the offense, watching them at times, that defense has not gotten pressure with four, and Jalen Phillips was a massive part of that. So was Nolan Smith returning, but you watch both of the sacks. I mean, Jalen Phillips is partially responsible for both of them because of the attention that he drew. First, the back, so Nakobe Dean comes through. And first it was, the Jalex Hunt sack where Jalen Phillips is chipped, so Jalex Hunt gets a one-on-one. And then Nakobe Dean comes through because the back is worried about Jalen Phillips. I also thought he was extraordinary against the run. I think this is a big part of the reason why they traded for him. Vic Fangio really wants edges who can set an edge, and he was excellent, obviously, on the fourth down, but throughout the game, I thought he was making numerous good tackles. So I come out of this game not panicking about the Eagles' offense, as bad as it looked at times, and feeling a heck of a lot better about this Eagles' defense as they head towards the stretch.
Yeah, and you really got to feel good about the Packers defense, too. I mean, in their 3 losses, they've held teams under 20 points. One of the most fascinating things about being on the sideline last night was watching LaFleur, who's like very much involved in talking to Jordan Love, and he's got his play sheet there, and he's looking at that thing like, what can I do to get him more comfortable? And some of that, right, has to do with the defense, but what did you see from the Packers offense last night?
Now, last night is why I hate when people say protect the football. I just don't believe in that. This offense needs to rip the Band-Aid off. They got to stop playing so cautious. I think you're watching a quarterback play cautious. I also think you're watching Matt LaFleur call it cautiously. The reality is Jordan Love, people have this narrative around him like this walking interception, walking turnover. He's really not. He's been actually really good valuing the football. Top 5, top 6 in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. He's not that guy.
But hold on.
But here's my thing, Marcus. There's situational football, I get it. Like this situational football and a half, I would take a shot there, but if you're aggressive, you take the shot there. This play that Troy talked about, how are you not aggressive there throwing the football? For me, that's a cautious quarterback that is trying to protect, and not make a mistake.
Yes.
Really fast. Let's let Mina go first, and then we'll go right to Swagoo. Go ahead, Mina.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I agree with everything Dan said. People think that Matt LaFleur is calling conservative game plan to protect Jordan Love. I don't think that's true. I think he's calling the game the way he does because of the offensive line, which is bad right now. It's very injured, right? The problem is this. They can't run the ball. Like the offensive line might not be good at pass protection. They sure aren't good at run blocking either. And Philadelphia was basically daring them to run the ball. Josh Jacobs faced light boxes 2/3 of the time. He averaged 2.9 yards per carry.
Yeah.
So you have that. Okay. Then, again, with the conservatism, on early down, first and second down in the first half of this game, Jordan Love had an average depth of target of 1.5 yards.
See, that's outrageous.
I understand you're trying to protect him, but all you're doing is setting up third down because you don't, without Tucker Kraft, you don't have yards after the catch guys anymore. So my feeling watching them is, and I agree with Dan on this, first down, you got to throw downfield. When they tried play action at some point, it worked because all they're doing right now is playing for third down, and the game is so tight that every little drop, every little penalty matters. It's way too conservative at the moment.
I agree.
Okay, so I agree, and Dan, I wasn't cutting you off to disagree with you.
Sure.
Why? Like, my question is why? Move the quarterback. Find alternative ways to create explosive plays. It's not like Jordan Love is not a guy that's athletic. Like, why don't you try to create some of these explosives? I've heard we've talked about how good Matt LaFleur is at his job. Why can they not figure this out? Or Mina brings up the offensive line. Is he worried about his quarterback and the decision making?
I want to say this. Until a couple weeks ago, the offense was actually moving the ball well. I think the loss of Tucker Kraft has been monumental. The offense ran through him, right? And this was a offense predicated on Yak that compensated. The way they compensated for the offensive line was they had a human monster truck who got yards after the catch. He's gone. So they need to make adjustments based on the players they have right now. You don't have Yak players. You have guys who can win downfield sometimes. Not like Philadelphia. But you got to take the governor off of this because they can't play the way they played earlier in the season and win.
Marcus, so are they protecting the quarterback? I mentioned the interception stuff. The only guys that are throwing interceptions at a lesser rate in the last 2 years are Hurts, who's historical right now with it, Lamar, Caleb Williams, Matthew Stafford, Patrick, and Herbert. Jordan Love is not this walking giveaway that people kind of have painted him to be. So I really don't think it's this protecting the quarterback. I think my perspective is now we need to unleash him. We need to hand him over the keys and say, this is your football team now, and you got to go be aggressive for us to be good enough on offense.
Yeah. Let him go be
But
let him go be the
this
star.
this is the team. This is the team that we saw go to an NFC championship
2 years
with
ago,
no
Marcus.
number one.
But I don't.
Years, but that's what I'm saying.
But they had a good offensive line back then.
The O-line.
Go ahead.
The O-line. It's the O-line. And then, no Golden, no Reed, no Kraft last night do matter.
You're not going to get Kraft back, but you will get Golden back.
I just think it's a mindset thing. I think in the whole building, it's a mindset of, on offense, they play defensive. They play defensive. Marcus, you're right. They just play
playing
defensive.
for third down.
Correct.
Yes.
Stop playing for third down. I'm telling you,
testing.
every third down is like,
That's what
oh my
I'm
God, it's
getting
a tight window throw and he barely caught it. You got to cut that out.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Sorry,
We'll
it's
see if
just
they
crazy.
can.
Because
No.
the reality is Tucker Kraft is not coming back.
Correct.
And you just lost Elton G. Like, so either you, to your point, Dan, and I'm agreeing with you and Mina, become explosive, bro. This is almost like YOLO. Like, go for the gusto early in games if you know that you have these issues.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to comprehend with us having this conversation. Because the way we talking about them and all of the issues, there's no path forward outside of you trying to create explosives.
Yeah. It's urgency. Create urgency on offense.
Okay.